Hello, I'm Nadia Gill, and welcome to your Entertainment Street. Hello everyone, I'm Nadia Gill and welcome to the very first episode of Entertainment Street. We have taken our popular arts and entertainment update, E-Street Ticket, and have transformed it into something completely new. Here you're going to get a wide spectrum of local performances in the world of theater, music, and the arts all throughout the Inland Empire at your very favorite locations. Today, we're bringing you the show from the Will Rogers Room at the California Theater in San Bernardino. The theater decided to pay tribute by naming this room after him. Now, audiences can enjoy a refreshment right before the show. On this episode, we are stopping by at the Lewis Family Playhouse in Rancho Cucamonga to cover the play Sleeping Beauty, the Time Traveler. Then we will go to the Redlands Underground in Redlands to listen to an open mic session. Finally, we will return to the California Theater in San Bernardino to cover the San Bernardino Symphony Orchestra Wondrous Winds. We are definitely covering 3 different cities and events, but they all have one thing in common: the passion to express and share the arts to audiences of all ages. Now first up, we take you to the Lewis Family Playhouse in the beautiful city of Rancho Cucamonga to watch Sleeping Beauty, the Time Traveler. We stopped by earlier to watch the special musical geared to children and those young at heart. We got the opportunity to talk to someone from the production to tell us more about the performance. Let's check it out. Thank you so much for allowing us to come out and interview you after the show. Good job, by the way.
Thank you.
As far as the performance, do you think the kids came out excited? How do you think their reaction was afterwards?
I think that's definitely the case. I know, the Main Street Theater Company has families coming back time and time again, which is really great because it's introducing theater to young audiences, which is the point of these shows, which is so great. And so to do a story like Sleeping Beauty that they all know makes them excited to come back and see, regardless of whatever the next performance, whatever the next story is going to be. I think when kids are exposed to it, they really enjoy the live, getting to see you and getting to go out there and sign their autographs, and they tell you over and over how much they enjoyed it, which is so great.
Anywhere you don't have to stay when the hourglass empties. You can ride away.
Can you tell us real quick what the show is about, just so people can get an understanding that it's not the normal fairy tale?
Kind of in my mind bookended by the 21st century. So this boy, his parents are trying to encourage him to enjoy history, social studies, and they take him to France into a castle, and he kind of gets bored with them. He wants to play his Game Boy, he wants to be, plugged in like we all want to be nowadays. And he finds himself traveling back into time and actually in this castle meeting Princess Aurora and kind of experiencing life from another side, realizing that there's struggles beyond kind of whether or not you get to play your Game Boy. And he really gets to become a hero. She kind of gets to live her life now in the 21st century with him and his family and experience that side of the world.
We'll open up his mind to the Middle Ages, and maybe it'll help when he goes through stages like this. I think it's a plan. You're a wonderful man.
Now, why do you think it's so important to do that kind of theater, especially for this audience?
I've actually done a lot of these shows for these Theater for Young Audience performances. As a professional actor, I enjoy doing what I do, but I also enjoy doing these because theater was so important to me as a kid. And what I think is so great about these TYAs, especially bringing in the schools, is that there's a lot of kids that aren't able perhaps maybe to afford it, or they never get the opportunity with their family, so it gets to go through their schools. We're kind of reaching out to all demographics, but I think that it's great that the Main Street Theater Company uses that as an opportunity for them. You know what I mean? That they're given that, like, hey, go back and you can talk about the Age of Charlemagne or the fairy tale.
I lived in a castle in France in the Age of Charlemagne. I was a princess. She was spoiled. Oh, don't be such a pain.
This
this is your first time performing here?
Yes.
How has that whole experience been? It's been really fantastic. I had heard through other professional actor friends of mine how much they enjoyed this experience, and when I was brought on to the project, I kind of knew that I was going to enjoy it, but I was open to it all when it happened, and it's such a beautiful space too. I mean, I've performed in so many theaters, and this is lovely.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much
Nice
for
to
doing
meet
this
you.
interview, and good luck with everything. What an amazing interview, everyone. The show was fantastic. Thank you so much to Main Street Theater Company and the Lewis Family Playhouse for inviting us to that show. We can't wait to see more. For more information on that fabulous location, visit lewisfamilyplayhouse.com or call 909-477-2752 or 858-8422. We'll be right back with more arts and entertainment updates after these messages.
A fairy tale to me is like a fictional story.
A fairy tale is somebody who could find love and romance and living happy lives together.
A fairy tale to me is like something magical.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining us on Entertainment Street, your one-stop to your local arts and entertainment update in the Inland Empire. Up next, we went to the Redlands Underground in the historic downtown Redlands. We stopped by at one of the popular hangout spots to find the spotlight of the show during their open mic night. We talked to performer and organizer Shayna to tell us more. Let's take a look.
Hi, my name is Shayna, and I am this episode's featured profile. I started singing when I was a kid, and I started playing guitar when I was about 12. I had a teacher who was pretty young and kind of alternative, and she showed me a lot of music that I had never heard of before. And she was like an older sister to me, so I loved Nirvana and Hole, and I started to really like a lot of the grunge music and stuff she had showed me. I've always loved female performers, so they've always inspired me. I've been an on and off singer-songwriter. I've always loved covering other musicians because it's a nice way to take a song that inspires you and make it your own. But throughout the time that I've been playing, I've written my own music on and off.
Everything will come undone, bleeding like a setting sun sends you to sleep.
I think as I've grown up, my lyrics and my music has become a lot more mature, obviously. Being somebody in my mid-20s, obviously I have a different viewpoint than what I had when I was younger. So just different things inspire me depending upon the day. More than anything, I've always loved to perform. I've loved to make people happy, make people laugh. I think that translates a lot in my music. I love the emotion that comes from music, and whether it's happy or sad, I feel like making somebody else feel the way that you feel it's killer. I'm in a band also called the Calicos. We are a three-piece band. We play a multitude of genres. I play keyboard and I sing, and I sometimes play guitar in that band. We play a lot locally, and we're trying to kind of span out and become a bigger band. Gary and I have been close friends for quite some time, and we started off playing acoustically together, and our drummer Ryan's an extremely talented, we're so lucky to have him. He's just a really sweet, awesome guy. Poncho came and opened this up after being a bartender. He opened this place up to bring a new nightlife to Redlands in 2005, and it's been going strong. It's a cool underground little like speakeasy vibe. The reason I think it's so important to have an open mic night, especially in Redlands, is there aren't a lot of places, there aren't a lot of venues for local musicians. We have some other great guys that come down and they just play originals on acoustic, and so many talented people. We've had a couple comedians. We have a couple of slam poets that have come down before. We've had all sorts.
Won't you help me, please? Baby, let's begin.
It's been a blessing that it's continued to be successful. To have a place like the Underground where people can come down and perform, even if it is just an open mic night, it gives more opportunity. It's huge for local artists. It's nice to give people that opportunity.
Thank you so much, Shayna, for letting us highlight your special talents and your involvement with Open Mic Night. For more information on this event and the different specials and weekly performances that the Redland Underground has to offer, visit them at redlandsunderground.com or 909-798-1500. All right, everyone, so far we are having a great time. But before we go on break, let's see what other great things Shayna had to say in our very own 10 Under 1. We'll be right back.
I would love to live in the 20s for a day. When I was a kid, I used to tell my mom that I thought I was a reincarnated 1920s lounge singer. My actual ultimate dream is to open up my own restaurant and bar. I would really love to meet Jenny Lewis, who is the lead singer of Rilo Kiley, and she's been an influence of mine since I was in high school. She has an amazing voice, and she's a very talented musician. The last movie I watched was Young Adult with Charlize Theron. Well, to be honest, my roommate and I were singing Part of This World from Little Mermaid Doing the Dishes earlier, so that song has been stuck in my head all day. I am recently watching The United States of Tara, which I'm enjoying. I've always wanted to live in New York. I've been there countless times, and I love it, and it's incredible. I can't live without pizza. The most random place that I sing is probably at work. I end up singing while I'm serving. I really loved Watchmen, it was awesome, and I read a series called Preacher, and he was really cool.
The symphony is one of the most marvelous things in the entire world. We have a tremendous history of musical culture. It enriches lives. It improves brain power. There's this anticipation of great moments that are going to come.
Oh, the music is inspiring and brings inspiration, peace of mind, deep satisfaction.
Welcome back, everyone, for our last story of the day. This last event is featured right here at today's location. That's right, it's at the California Theater in the beautiful downtown San Bernardino. This venue has been entertaining audiences since 1928. It first opened as a vaudeville and movie palace, but today it is used for live entertainment. We got to visit the theater to watch the San Bernardino Symphony Orchestra perform Wondrous Winds, conducted by Maestro Carlo Ponti. We also got to enjoy Symphony Jeunesse, a live orchestra of young, talented, and inspiring musicians. We got the opportunity to talk to the founder and director of Symphony Jeunesse, Michelle Takia, to tell us more about the show and her passion for the symphony. Today, Michelle.
Really well, thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
And today is one of the San Bernardino Symphony's concerts here at the California Theater. And how do you feel about being part of that tonight?
Oh, we're very excited to be here. The kids are excited to play and to get a chance to listen to the orchestra play for them.
Have you ever worked with Carlo Ponti?
I have. I have worked with him at the beginning of his time here, and now it's a pleasure to get a chance to sit back and listen.
Tonight's show is geared towards children. There's a lot of different events going on. There's an instrument petting zoo, and there's also a couple teen bands. What do you think that does to kids?
Oh gosh, I think that every child would do well to have some aspect of music put into their lives. It's so wonderful for them to be creative and have an outlet. And for some children, that really is who they're going to be. To have a chance to have someone give one to them and let them hold it and look at it up close and then actually get to try to produce a sound, this must be very wondrous, and I think something they'll carry with them for the rest of their life.
Can you talk a little bit about your symphony, the Symphony Jeunesse?
Yes, oh, you pronounced that so beautifully, thank you. The Symphony Jeunesse was established because a 15-year-old violinist asked me if I might ever start a youth orchestra for kids like her. And I thought about it. Of course, it went straight to my heart, and I wanted very much to do that. So I spoke to my good friend, Dr. Garcia, Ernie Garcia. He suggested that we talk about it. We presented it to the Valley Concert Association. Ultimately, they enthusiastically supported it, gave funds through the Frank Plash Endowment.
So how do the kids feel about performing tonight in front of an audience? Or do they get nervous, or are they used to it? How do they prepare for that?
They do, I think, still get a little nervous, but they are very excited about it. I try to pick music for them that I think they will enjoy, that's fun to play, but that's also edifying and that's educational. One of the works that we're playing tonight, the Iditarod by Sun Hee Newbold, is a piece that was written about the 1925 diphtheria outbreak in Alaska. It's a wonderful depiction of that scene, and I felt like it was really important to also include some information on diphtheria, since it's rather an old disease and perhaps the kids in my group don't really know much about it. My father, born in France, played until he was 17, and played at a very, very high level. My mother was not from this country either, was born in Germany, and she played piano and was a real mentor to every kid in the neighborhood who had an instrument.
The passion for teaching kids how to play kind of comes from your mom, from your family.
It does. Music has always been a very strong part in our family.
You have a lot of memories here. What do you think about this location?
I love this space. I like to be in it. I enjoy coming to hear the concerts. Even though I'm no longer playing with the orchestra, I love to come and hear them and see what they're up to. You just can come, spend a lovely evening, have an event, and then, you know, you're edified for it. And you remember it, you carry it with you.
Thank you so much, Michelle.
Nadia.
Thank you. Thank you so much for doing an interview before the show. We love your hard work and dedication towards the arts. If you would like more information, visit sanbernardinosymphony.org or 909-381-5388. All right, everyone, we'll be right back after these short messages. Okay, everyone, thank you for joining us on today's show. We had a great time at the Lewis Family Playhouse, Redlands Underground, and the California Theater. We hope you enjoyed the show, and if you would like to know more about this episode or would like to be featured on the next show, visit us on Facebook and like our page. We leave you today with an open mic night performance from the Redlands Underground. Thank you so much, and always remember, stay cultured, my friends.